Greetings. You have arrived at Mystic Art Tarot, where we combine beautiful tarot and oracle card readings with a sigil at the end, and hopefully on some beautiful art. And if this inspires you to create with me, that's my hope. So let's go ahead and get started. Today, I want to work with the archetype or spirit of Artemis, the huntress Diana. And the reason why I feel she's been coming in for me quite a bit is because it's time to enact our will and to manifest it here in the 3D. As you can see, her beautiful spirit here, her soul self, she is a goddess, and she comes from strength, success, independence, the belief in the self, and to strive for your goals and to attain them. And her bow symbolizes her willpower, and her arrow, her intention, shooting out into the 3D so that that action can be taken to manifest our goals. We'll begin with the Tarot and Oracle card reading, and then we'll bring that together with beautiful Sigil deck, the Sigil Witchery Oracle. Excuse me for looking to the side. That's where my camera is, so I can make sure I have everything in the shot. But yes, that beautiful oracle teaches how, by basic images and imagery that taps into our psyche or our subconscious, we can create powerful sigils. Calling in Artemis to that beautiful divine connection we all have to our ancestors. And again, all these myths arriving through real people who have made great achievements that have really helped inspire us. Artemis, speak with these cards today. We'll start with the Oracle deck. Portals and opening gateways. We have higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. And we have serious star blessings. Yes, proceed, be seen, and push through. This is a beautiful synchronicity for me right now. I believe it's within our higher heart activation that we do receive downloads that help us feel brave and strong enough and inspired enough to go for the big dream or the big accomplishment that has been building up inside of you. There's just that's waiting to be expressed, just as Artemis or the huntress Diana shoots her bow and releases that action, taking action in this life to make it happen. Coming from divine love. And Sirius, the star blessing card, straighten these up for us a little bit. This came in again this week, so beautiful. Strong energy. The wishing star is how I see this energy. Having that vision of your dream and wishing it into fruition. Bringing it into your heart center so that you are activated to take action. This huntress energy, going out and acquiring what you need for the tribe, for the self, to be successful in the hunt. We have the Chariot. This symbolizes where you are right now. You're really in an empowered place. You have succeeded already in many ways with what you came here to attain. And that's backed by your spiritual beliefs, belief in self, your high moral ground, your desires, taking action, and being victorious. And crossing that energy is the Tower. So sometimes when the Tower comes up, uh, it means that something has come to an end and it's a final end. But with endings are new beginnings. Let's see what the surrounding cards are so that we can understand more what Artemis is trying to share with us. And it does look like you are someone who's going through a huge transformation right now in life. And that could be something that feels heavy because of the Nine of Crystals here and where the energy is going. And to me, I just see somebody who is processing a loss, if that's a person or a situation or a dream that you have hoped to achieve. And for whatever reasons, life happening, that coming to an end. And now coming to a place of resolution in the self so that you can move forward in the healthiest way with an open heart and still pushing towards your dreams. The Page of Crystals underneath is the energy that is holding you up right now. And it's this beautiful higher mind energy of what you know to be your truth. Even with life circumstances, you feel that you are aligned with a goal that really lights you up, and you see a powerful future within these. Right now, what you're needing more than action is to understand your feelings and to understand where you're coming from on a deep spiritual place before you act. And right now, you are processing, as I said, a great loss. Sometimes what we need is really just to be authentic and to really feel into the self. And in this case, I feel like Artemis is asking for us to do that so that when we do feel ready to take action towards our goals in life, we are more aligned with our truth by acknowledging where we are, where we've been. I just asked the shells to help me understand the energy of the Four of Stars. And some things are really obvious if we open up. And the card is directly underneath higher heart activation, dropping shields, opening the heart again so that we can heal. In the past, you felt like you had to protect yourself and your heart and keep yourself apart from others, and maybe not always being able to feel safe enough to do the things that others have invited you to do or the other opportunities that have come up because of this need to protect the self. The message here from Artemis is to open up and drop your shields so that you can have more access to all what life has to offer you. I do want to pull some more cards, and I'll go ahead and use my shadow deck to help us understand what brought you to a place in your life where you felt that you had to separate yourself and protect yourself. Okay. Those guys want to come out. We have Two of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Two of Wands. It feels to me that this reading is coming from a loss of a lover or a loss of a deep relationship that brought you a lot of joy and connection. And the reason why you've separated yourself from activities and things is because you're healing from this loss. Your family has been very supportive as the Ten of Cups energy. You have friends as well that have been supportive. You have a beautiful soul family that is there for you. And I feel that that's where a lot of your heart opening activation can start, is when you are ready to join in again in the activities and what's happening, that you can do so with an open heart, because the people around you truly care about you and truly want the best for you. The Two of Wands energy is showing that you're preparing yourself to get up and get going, and that you're mourning the past in the same time that you're creating energy to move forward and to get started with your new life. And a synchronicity here is you have another tower, and then you have a ghost of the past, something that you're letting, someone that you're letting go of, so that you can move forward in your life. And that's why I like to use these shadow decks. I believe the art changes the meaning. So each deck has a different meaning of what Spirit is trying to tell us. In this case, Artemis, the huntress, the ability to go out and to acquire what you need to make your dreams come true. And in this case so far, it's a lot about first checking into the emotions and being able to let go of the things that weigh us down, of the sadness of the loss, so that we can mourn in a healthy way. And then when we are ready, get up and get going. This death energy is an energy of transformation and transcendental awareness. I see it as a powerful thing of the spirit really becoming aware and knowing that it is more than this physical body, that it is a consciousness that can connect to all things. And in this case, connecting to its true source. Through this loss, you are being given the opportunity to really see yourself in a more clear way. And I feel Divine Spirit always has the answers for us when we are ready to check in. Sometimes we don't check in, though, until something hard happens or something that acquires us to stop and feel. And in this case, a great loss. But look at it as an opportunity when you're ready to really see who you are through these feelings and through this knowledge. What is it in us that continues to go forward even at the greatest trials? It's like we're tuning into a deeper love of the self that can never be taken from us, that carries us through these hardships so that we may continue to live the fullest life possible. This cycle is coming close to the mourning process coming to a close. I feel the last steps to really help the soul self, the true authentic self, heal is to let go of self-doubt, is to let go of what ifs and judging the self so harshly that it keeps you up at night. Sometimes when we're put up against the wall, we act from instinct rather than from our authentic heartfelt self. And then we regret it afterwards. And so sometimes this energy comes up when we keep mulling over, I wish it would have been better. I could have done this. The energy in this reading, though, is about healing the heart and healing and transforming and transmuting the past and being born into the life that you still have yet to live. And that is here with the Two of Crystals, this beautiful energy of making a choice. And perhaps the choice is to finally forgive and to let go. And again, when you're ready, there's no right or wrong. to the emotions, to your authentic emotional body. We do the best we can. But yes, you have so many opportunities ahead of you, and that's how your family sees it, and your community that wants to support you, your friends. They see you as somebody with a lot of gifts and a lot to offer, and you have your whole life ahead of you. If you could just choose one when you're ready and go for it. Just like Artemis, the huntress, goes out and acquires the beautiful dream that carries us all forward. Nine of Cups energy is you being successful in life, and even with all these losses, or even with this heartfelt sadness, you still believe in yourself and you still see and hope that you will be successful and be able to achieve the life that you dream of. And it's so beautiful. The answer to this reading is the High Priestess, which is this beautiful lunar energy of intuition and inner truth, inner knowing, prayer, meditation, being able to listen to those synchronicities or to those hidden keys that these beautiful archetypal energies can unlock. You are the High Priestess. You are a magical being who has the ability to move mountains when it comes to creation. The High Priestess is a healer, healing the self, healing others. Sometimes when we have to recover from huge loss, we can take that knowledge forward to help others who are going through the same thing. And I see that's why the High Priestess is here. Somehow it ties into what you want to do for work or how you want to show up in the world. It does tap into your healing abilities and your ability to feel and know on a much deeper level, to listen to your intuition. Let's go ahead and pull a beautiful Beyond Lumeria card to see how this reading's going to come to fruition for you. The Portal Keeper. Unique gateways to mystical experiences, psychic ability, raising your vibration, expanded consciousness, the Akashic records, past life ties, exploring the edges of reality for significant messages, and seeing between the lines, multi-dimensional awareness. You are someone who has access to the spiritual realm. Perhaps you've already been traveling dimensionally in your dreams, or you can feel and hear things on a much more subtle layer. Perhaps you have had times when you astonished yourself at your abilities, your psychic abilities, if that's your intuition or a deep inner knowing, or just that you did follow that guidance and it proved to be 100% correct. You have the ability to be tapped in. You are tapped in to much deeper gifts within the self. And this time in your life is an opportunity to show up in a way that is more authentic than ever, by feeling the subtle layers of reality and using that knowledge to push through and create again. It's interesting how Artemis is speaking of, before you take action, to take time to feel and to know what your authenticity, to know what your truth is, so that you can be guided by your soul, by your deeper, higher self. And now we can pull oracle cards to create a sigil that will help us in empowering our magical gifts, our psychic gifts to awaken even further to help guide us in this life. One of my many great loves is art, and recently I've been practicing sigil, incorporating them into my art pieces. And if this inspires you to create anything at all, it could be something simple or it could be something that takes time. So I hope this oracle that we create can really help us to achieve that awareness in our everyday. I recommend drawing a sigil yourself. If you're inspired to draw it your own way, please do. You can kind of just see what the actions are to start the sigil and then go in whatever direction feels right to you. Okay, let's see. Let me change the camera view. We have wavy line. We have wheel and the infinity symbol. This style of sigil making is combining the images that you see here into one drawing or one image. And you can do that any way you like. I will go ahead and take this to the drafting table so that I can use my creativity. All right, so we're starting with the sigil infinity, and I have some tracing paper and a black marker to help me get started. And we'll be combining all of these sigils together into one beautiful mystical art piece. Infinity is seen as limitless or endless resource or energy, an energy of the universe or divine spirit that is behind all things. Some keywords that I love for the number 8 or the infinity symbol are abundance, manifestation, and transformation. Vitality and ongoing strength. The balancing of the left and the right hemisphere seen with the two sides of the circle 8. And the unity of mind, body, and spirit. It's a beautiful, powerful sigil to begin with. All right, now we're moving on to the second sigil here, which is the wheel. And this wheel having spokes or an X within it. And of course, for me, one of the first things I feel from this sigil is that it's very connected to the Wheel of Fortune, which is a major arcana card in the tarot deck, and it's number 10, a very significant number of the 0 and the 1, divine spirit being manifest in the physical. It also is symbolic of the cyclical nature of life. You can see the spokes as the hands of time, which can symbolize the ebb and flow of nature, and also our own inner clock of what it means to be human or mortal. The spokes can be seen as earth, air, water, fire, and again, the circle being spirit, which contains all of these elements into life. Within the spokes of the wheel, there is time, and also there can be seen a shield or protection. And as you see, I'm combining the tracing paper so that we can incorporate the two sigils as one. And with tracing paper, an easy way to find the center line of a circle is to fold it in half. And I do realize this is a very simple way to create a sigil, but for learning purposes, it just felt right. And then we're gonna incorporate this later in a watercolor painting if you stick around and hang out. But yeah, think of it as every time you're drawing lines, the intention of what that symbol means to you, that energy goes into those lines. For example, the feeling of abundance and all of the energy coming from Divine Spirit, feeling that move through your energy body, through your pen onto the paper that you're drawing, so that this sigil is empowered. And there are other techniques we can do as well to awaken a sigil, and I'll go through that throughout these readings. But one of the most simple ways that I found to be very powerful is to recognize that as a soul, you carry a beautiful frequency of life within your own very being, and with your own physicality, and with your own spirit. And we can use that combination of spirit and intention through the breath, and just breathing on a sigil is an amazing way to awaken it, especially if you understand that breath is life and energy, and that energy moving into the intention of the lines on the paper. Yeah, here I am drawing the spokes, and again, this is just a nice way to show different styles of sigil making. So if there's any other way that you feel you can incorporate these beautiful symbols of your own that resonates better with you, then please, by all means. And I would love to hear any ideas that you guys may have as well in the comments. Any ideas on your creativity and what felt right for you. Yeah, and again, going back to the feeling and the meaning of this sigil, the wheel, it can be seen as a shield of protection, or containing all of these elements as a power point within your life, which brings in new opportunities and cycles. And again, you know, with these new cycles coming in, it's also opportunity. So I say, hey, it's time to get going. It's time to get up and go. Keywords: protection, flow, abundance, change, progress, and connection. All right, and now we're combining our last sigil into our mystical art piece here, and we're on wavy line. A lot of people will see water and fluidity when they look at this beautiful imagery, and to create that flow so that the sigil becomes alive and active, moving from the center of the circle and then without, I find to be really powerful. And again, whatever way you see it being the most powerful for you to draw, please do so. Wavy line, a continuous stance of energy, flowing movement, or kundalini energy rising up the spine. A snake, serpentine in motion. Vibration, or a sound wave, that being in music. And also, I'm a lover of physics, so I see like a particle becoming a wave, and that wave creating sacred geometry. And again, I would love to hear any of these images and what you see in the wavy line, the wheel, or infinity in the comments. Very curious. A weaving thread is another one, so creating and manifesting. And of course, a lot of what I'm sharing is from my own life experience, and also a lot of it is with these sigils is from Laura Tempest Zakroff, the author of the Sigil Witch Oracle. So I'm combining what is in the book and also my own life experience as I share with you the ideas and the energies behind these images. When I look at this sigil, I also see a beautiful, like a black widow or a spider, and that can be seen as a sacred feminine energy. Spiders weave webs, and again tying into the thread of life, the master manifester, and bringing all of that creativity into your life so that it is your own masterpiece. And here are all 3 sigils together and what I created, and again, using this inspiration in any way that lights you up. Apologize, it's moving a little fast now because we're into the painting watercolor, and you can faintly see at the bottom of the canvas is our sigil. So I went ahead and drew everything first, and then also did a layer of liquid latex on the areas I didn't want to be covered by paint, so we can come back after the first layer of watercolor has been placed, so that we can move into detail into Artemis's body and the sigil. And I was actually surprised how much footage I had, so please forgive me if it seems a little choppy in places, but I feel that I did capture for you guys the main pieces that want to be seen through the creation of this watercolor. Artemis is the daughter of Zeus and the twin to Apollo. And through Zeus's many escapades with women outside of the marriage, created his divine children, Apollo and Artemis. And because of that, their mother was ostracized from the other gods, and they grew up, Apollo and Artemis, seeing their mother struggle and being outcast. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why Artemis is so strongly an advocate for women and protecting young women. And that may also connect with a lot of us who are raised by a single mom and seeing her struggle and trying to learn from life through her trials and the things that we've seen as children. So you can see how these myths help us to connect with our own emotions. She has always been an advocate for independence and sovereignty, and for me, she really is a beautiful archetype of a free spirit, She is also the goddess of the moon and nature. She has held the position as nature's protector and preserver. And within balance, she guides hunters to hunt game and fish successfully. And so you can see in ancient times she was a very important goddess for that reason. She also was seen as the goddess for the midwives, or childbirth and conception, to protect the women so that they could move through that difficult time safely. And also seen as the protector of children. In particular, people would pray to Artemis that their children would remain safe. There are stories and myth about her coming to young women's aid at their time of
need for freedom.
And again, I think that's inspired. And of course, there's a lot of mythological stories based on these ancient gods or archetypes or spirits. And they're not all positive, but they do say that myth is not to be taken literally. It's more to look within and to learn from these ancient stories. But I feel that all of us can connect to somebody who has that powerful drive to keep their own freedom and to stay strong within this lifetime. And of course, looking to ourselves to always carry that strength as well. I'd like to move now into, you can see me working on the sigil of what this sigil means to me, and as an art piece altogether, what the energy carries for me. And I would like to talk about the concept of the diamond, which is our higher self or soul self, the part of us that continues on once this life comes to an end. And one of my favorite authors, Anthony Peake, who is a researcher of consciousness, has an amazing book called The Diamond, which I found to be really helpful in my own understanding of my own psychic gifts and mediumship gifts, and just trying to understand, like, how is it even possible to know such deep truths. But I do feel creation is breaking us free from the past and birthing us into alignment with our higher self, or our diamond, at this time, this very powerful time on the planet, so that our soul's dreams can be manifest in this lifetime. The diamond, as the soul self or the higher self, is a direct connection to the collective consciousness. So if we think of, a lot of times people have called it the field of awareness, where all things are, or that everything has awareness in it from the ultimate Godhead. And our diamonds can connect to that first by connecting to our own soul memories and lifetimes of memory, and then also to the Godhead's diamond, or super consciousness behind all things. And that's again why psychic gifts are possible, and the ability for mediumship as well. Everything resides within the collective. The other thing studying the diamond has helped me understand is how to accept miracles when they come in, and allow that magic to happen in my own life through channeling, mediumship, and psychic abilities. That we are all of us, I believe, are able to connect in this way. It's just a matter of allowing it, believing it to be true, and practicing, or being open to practice and learn, so that we can attain these gifts that I feel are all of our birthrights. And through this gift of the diamond of the higher self, in looking into the field of awareness, we have the ability to access the past and the future. And for me, archetypes, or ancient spirits, are a powerful way to connect in and to understand deeper truths of knowledge. So again, this painting is very important to me. It holds a lot of that memory, or that inner knowing of what it is to be awakening. And I hope to create a lot of content where I can move into different spirits and archetypes that will help us, or help, even myself. I won't deny that I love doing this for me as well, to really dive in and access some greater truths, or some hidden keys that are available to us all. This beautiful sigil that I'm holding up now, so you can see the painting as it's completed, is really about how we're all contained within this circle. We all have access to the flow of abundance through progress and change, and striving to become better. That each one of us holds an important position in weaving this collective tapestry of creation. This sigil is accessing our own ability to balance body, mind, and soul. And I'm so happy that you guys stuck around to see the end of this beautiful piece, and hopefully it all came together in a way that made sense for you. And any feedback or anything that can help me improve, I'd love to hear. And again, thank you. Many blessings.